So we were discussing about TDS entries in busy accounting software, and we did part of it that how should we proceed with TDS entries. So we'll quickly go through the same thing again so that we are able to cope up with what we are going to do today. So TDS implementation in busy accounting software, right? Our first step was on the main screen, we go to administration. And in administration, we go to configuration. This is the main step, or shortcut can be used. That is, we can press Control plus S and accordingly we will proceed. So let's see how do we go further. Yeah, in configuration type, either we go to administration configuration or on this screen, we press Control plus F. So we have two ways to access this features and options, right? And just a second, what is? If you want to use your mouse, you have to go to administration and then configuration. And if you want to use your keyboard, you simply press Control plus F and you will be guided to this screen. In this screen, you will go to features and options, right? In features and options, you have to select TDS and TCS bar, right? Now, we have to enable TDS reporting. As soon as we enable this portion gets activated. And as you can see, we did everything in previous class. Stand number, TTS, payers category. That is, we have selected as partnership firm. We have other options also like resident of India, like this individual resident, individual non-resident, cooperative society, government body, domestic company, right? And then we have the address details. We have alternate contact details. Then as we proceed further, we have to fill this information also. The person responsible for deducting TDS in your company, his name, son, daughter, wife of designation, PAN number, address, right? And amounts round of options. Means how do you want to round off the TDS, right? Configuration regarding the TDS TCS amounts. Round of TDS duty amounts, you have to select it as yes. TDS TCS amount, surcharge amount I want to round off, and education cess amount, and she cess amount also to be rounded off, and then I press OK. Now this screen is all good. Enable education and she cess on TDS. Yes. Now this is like Busy 18 demo version. If you work on higher versions of Busy accounting software, uh, we will do one or two questions, or I would say case studies on that also in next class. But currently we are working on the simple version Busy 18. But when you go to higher Busy accounting software, here you have one more option. That option is about warnings. If you want to enable warnings, if the amount that is your sales or pay amount crosses the threshold limit, both for TDS and TCS. That is, suppose you're paying the rent that is crossing the threshold limit and it has to be deducted with your TDS amount, a warning sign will appear if you choose here. So here we have in this dialog box, in TDS TCS dialog box, we have more options as we proceed to the higher busy accounting software. And these options are available just to make our TDS TCS calculations easy, right? They just warn us for the threshold limit, means they are more updated versions and they have the limits also that if you are paying the amount or if you're having the sales which is crossing the limit and TCS has to be deducted, they will give you a warning sign. Okay. So let's proceed further. Now, we have to create groups, administration, account group. We will add any group, like if you want to add the sale party group like sundry creditor, sundry debtor, then you can go to this account group. And if you want to actually add any sundry creditor party details like ABC Limited is a sundry creditor, so account. And obviously, we know that sundry creditor, sundry debtors, these are like pre-created groups in Busy Accounting software. So basically, I just wanted to tell if you want to create any new group, you can go to here before making TDS TCS entry, right? Now, TDS category, modify. We will just see for rent of land, building, and furniture what TDS rates. Busy accounting software incorporates all the rates. So, for all individual residents, non residents, domestic company, foreign company, HUF, partnership firm, cooperative society, we have these rates we discussed in previous class. So, I'll just skip quickly and then we will say quit, yes, and then we will create ledgers of sundry creditor, that is landlord, as I was talking about, and indirect expenses, that is rent. So we will create account of rent under group indirect expenses, and we will create maybe any name of sundry creditor, right? So we will go to account and we will add because we are creating the new account. So this add account master is opened. Name Himanshu Sharam. We did this. We will quickly save here, right? We discussed everything about him. TDS applicable, obviously we will say yes, and we will select the pay category. He is individual resident. And if I am filling registered here, I need to fill GSTIN. Quick revision of this. If you are not filling GSTN number, you have to select this as unregistered. Otherwise, screen will not proceed further. Then, another shortcut key. Now, what we did with the help of mouse, if I want to go to creation of a new account, I will say administration, masters, account, and add. After this, I go to add, right? I add. But suppose I do not want to go through mouse thing and I want to use my shortcut key with the help of keyboard. So that is Control plus F1. And as soon as I press, so I'm telling you both ways. I'm telling you how to proceed with the mouse, and you should be aware of the keyboard shortcuts. Keyboard shortcuts are used when you are like actually thorough with your software. Means you do not have to scroll each and everything. You just, okay, Control plus F, you got that features and options configuration. Control plus F1, and then you get this add account master screen again. See, it's the same screen. We're adding the new account, that is rent on building, and under indirect expenses, obviously we will select TDS applicability as yes, right? TDS category, rent of land, building, furniture, and we will save. Now go to transactions. Now, from here we have to start. Now, what is our main step? Our accounts have been created, right? Our TDS applicability has been put to yes. We know we are going to deduct TDS on rent. Now, we know that there are different vouchers: payment, receipt, journal, contra, debit note, credit note, and so on. These are our main vouchers: sales, purchase, and so on. Contra, up to contra. These are our main vouchers. So, in which voucher we should put the entry? It's a indirect expense. It's not related to the direct sales or payments of the company. So, it does not come under sales. It does not come under purchase. It does not come under payment also, because yeah, payment is there of rent, but we are not doing the cash or bank entry. So we will select journal, add, right? When we will do our bank entry, then we will select this payment voucher and we will do in some time. So now this is a beautiful thing about the software, that here also, just like in Tally, you had the screen guidance, na, on which screen you are, right? It was in Tally on the top of the screen, but here it is here, transactions, journal, and then add. We are going to that screen. Transactions, journal, add. Simply, we just have hovered our mouse there and it has shown our path, what we are going to do, right? So we have opened a journal voucher, as you can see, always at the top of the screen in a red highlighted way. It's shown what you have opened. Voucher series, we will select main. There are two options here, main or GST. Second option is GST, but we select main, but because here we are not talking about GST options, right? Then date and voucher number, GST nature, if any. So as soon as I select this, I have the screen for the currency thing. So I have to select my currency as rupees. Then GST nature has selected as not applicable. Now, in the first serial number, I select debit. This is how we proceed. D refers to debit, C refers to credit. So D is rent on building, which we just created. The account indirect expenses 4 lakh. And next entry is credit. We are paying to Himanshu Sharam. So as soon as we feed this entry, we have filled this amount. We have filled this amount, Himanshu. We have filled the detail of Himanshu Sharam. Then this voucher opens. Threshold limit for Himanshu Sharam is rupees 1,80,000. See, now here also warning is given to us, but in the previous versions, in the updated versions, there is an option to not to have the warning, right? I was talking about the warning dialog here, no? In this on this page, warnings. So you can deselect the warnings also that you have to deduct the TDS or you're not deducting the TDS, whatever the threshold limit, whatever you have to do in your software. So you get the warning here. Threshold limit of Himanshu Sharam PAN is rupees 1,80,000. Expense amount incurred with Himanshu, including this voucher, is rupees 4 lakh. Threshold limit is being crossed? Yes. Calculate TDS for current voucher? Yes. So as soon as you press yes, TDS applicable, yes, lower rate applicable, no, TDS category is this, rent of land building. So according to the mention of a TDS category, it will calculate the TDS. So it is 10% rate, 4 lakh is the expense amount, TDS deducted is on 1st May 2021, right? 10%, 40,000 is our TDS amount, if you can see. There is no surcharge on this. There is no surcharge amount on this. There is no education cess on this. There is no education cess amount on this. No, she says amount or percentage. Total taxes 40,000. So 40,000 is our TDS amount. All values must be rounded off. We selected as yes in TDS return. So we have selected OK now. As soon as we select OK, we are on this. And if you can see, these two figures, 3,60,000 and 40,000, is automatically filled, and TDS rent of land is automatically filled. So what we have filled is basically we have filled this. We as soon as we are here, there are only two options. So if we fill D here, then we type R and a rent on building account just popped up, and we selected this one. We filled this 4 lakh amount, then we came to serial number 2 and we here entered C instead of D. We entered again the list of accounts open here. So we select Himanshu Sharam, and then the screen opens for TDS, and whatever we have just done, we fill select TDS, threshold limit is exceeded, and then 40,000 is automatically calculated. And as soon as we print a yes or enter on it, this 3,60,000 C, TDS, rent of land, 40,000. This all is automatically filled by the busy accounting software, right? So we just have filled this rent on building. We just have filled this rent on building, Himanshu Sharam, and value of rupees 4 lakh. 3,60,000, 40,000 is automatically calculated by busy accounting software. And yes, TDS entry, sorry, this entry is automatically calculated by busy accounting software. This entry is also filled by busy accounting software. We are not supposed to fill this one. This is automatically filled. Now, we have deducted the TDS on rent, so we did it on journal voucher. There was no payment involved. Now we will pay the TDS next month. So we will go to which voucher? We will go to payment voucher. Yes. So as you can see, we are now on payment voucher. Voucher series main date. As you can see, we have to fill this date is wrong. We will just correct hopefully in the next slide. Let's see. Because TDS is deducted in May, so we cannot pay on April. Error will come. Currency is rupees as we select. So this needs to be changed. Let's see. Okay, so serial number one, debit. What is debited? TDS rent of land amount is 40,000, right? And what will be credited? Bank through which we are making payment or cash if it is cash. TDS categories, we have to fill this rent on building. We will select rent on land and building. So as soon we have selected rent of land, building, furniture, please select quarter for which payment is made. So they will be asking us the quarter details, right? Yes, see, change the date and put it for next month as TDS is not payable in the same month of deduction. This is for this thing. So we have simply put 1st May 2021 only. Uh, TDS rent of land credits SBI 40,000 is automatically filled. These values are filled automatically. So TDS entry pops up. This entry basically. Values. Select quarter for TDS. Yes. So we were on the screen. Date of tax deposited, payment for the quarter. It is first we are selecting, and in next slide we can see date of tax deposited 1st May, challan number, check number. See, there is check number as well, and bank where tax is deposited. So we are choosing SBI, right? So these are all the details, and then we are proceeded with this entry, right? After selecting all, we are proceeded with this TDS entry. So this is the payment entry and that was the deduction entry of TDS. So what we all did in this TDS entry is we created two accounts, rent under indirect expense, sundry creditor, right? And then we did journal voucher entry and then we did payment of TDS. Of course, before this, we selected TDS applicability as yes under features and options. Right? We created two accounts, we made journal entry when TDS is deducted but not paid. TDS deducted but not paid, and here TDS is paid. Right? Now, if I want to see the TDS reports, I can go to display option. Then I have form 26Q, 26Q, form 26Q annexure, TDS deduction details non-salary. Means if I want to see all the reports on which TDS is deducted, but it is simply non-salary based, I can see here. And of course, in coming classes, we will be learning the payroll thing on busy accounting software, maybe in next or next to next class. Yes, so I have selected Form 26Q, which I want to see, and it will ask for the quarter details. I can select first quarter, and as you can see, Form 26Q is on the top written. TDS categories mentioned, total tax deducted, interest, if any, fee, any, penalty, any, if suppose we are deducting less or we are submitting it late or paying late, total amount, mode, credit, and here we have this challan number, date. Now, if I want to see TDS deduction details non-salary based, again, I have to select the date, starting date, ending date, status as on. So it is from 1st April to 1st May. Show party address and PAN. No, I can press F2 or select from mouse. Okay. Now, TDS details, all references. TDS category, reference number, deductee name, pay amount, TDS percentage, TDS amount, surcharge amount, education cess in percentage, and so on. So these are all TDS details for non-salary items. And as you can see, you can email, you have the print option, refresh option, export, search. If you want to search, it's we have just one entry, but if you have list of entries, you can search according to rent or maybe on TDS deducted on any other item, any other perk. Summary, filter, you want to filter, you have to see only limited things, you can do accordingly. Now let's proceed with TCS entry in busy accounting software, how we can do TCS deductions, right? And it is very similar to TDS. Let's proceed. So we are on the main screen. I think we have done enough number of times, so you will remember this. Administration, configuration. In configuration, we have to select the feature of TDS and TCS, right? So here we are, TDS and TCS, we select this. enable TCS reporting to yes. And as soon as we enable, this area is highlighted. We fill the TAN number, we fill this is the details of the company, right? This is not the details of the person deducting or paying the person deducting TDS or TCS. This is the details of the company. So TAN number of the company, pair is the company we are selecting again partnership firm, and these are basic address details, flat number, building, road, area location, town, state, PIN code, STD code, telephone number, email. So we have just filled random details. See, email has been filled with number, which is like weird. STD code, email, telephone number, responsible person details, the person who is deducting TCS. So Rohan, son, daughter, wife of, the position, the designation in the company, his PAN number, address and all. Okay. Now, we deduct TCS on sales. So we will go to sales voucher. Now, if you're observing the trend, we are not here creating any account. Why? Because in this TCS, we will now create account while making entry in sales voucher, right? So we are doing a second way of creating accounts, which we did at the time of making purchase entries, sales entries, right? On busy accounting software. Similarly, we will create accounts in sales voucher as we did earlier. And I hope you remember the shortcut key. It is F3, right? Let's see. So we are on the sales voucher, series main, date 20th April 21. Day is also here automatically, Tuesday. Voucher number, this we have to fill. Now, sales type. What do we mean the sales type? Remember everyone, local GST or central GST. I have to select out of them. So it is LGST. I select accordingly. I think we have selected this LGST item wise, I guess. Let's see. And then we are here on party details. So now we do not have any party details. So we will press, as soon as we are on this tab, we press F3 and the screen opens. Add account master, right? And in TDS, what we did in TDS, we first went to this administration, and in administration we had masters, and in masters we had accounts, and in accounts we created add. Either we can create the accounts first and then we can proceed to sales voucher, or obviously we know the shortcuts, we are just proceeding to sales voucher, and we will press F3 and we will create the account on the spot. There is no difference at all in this thing. It's just we are moving a little quick. We are just moving a little quick when we are going through this sales voucher and we are pressing F3, right? So name of the party, it is SK, print name SK, sundry debtor, because we are making the sale, so we are required to fill the details of sundry debtor. This is the pre-created group. Again, I'm mentioning multi-currency, no opening balance, if any. Obviously, if there is any opening balance, it would be a debit balance only because it's a asset, right? Sundry debtor is an asset. Asset has debit balance. Address, country, type of dealer registered. Make sure if you're filling this as registered, you have to fill this GSTIN number. Otherwise, you will not be able to proceed. Aadhaar number, PAN, email, mobile, fax, transport, PIN code. You can check the distance from his office to your office, right? And you can validate the GSTIN, telephone number, contact person, station, TIN, ward, maintain bill by bill balancing, yes. And the rest I'm just leaving. Then it says TCS applicability. I have to select it as yes. As soon as I select it as yes, it asks me party pay category. Can you see? There was no option of party pay category here till it was no. As soon as I put it to yes, party pay category I've selected as individual resident. You have selected type of dealer as registered, but GSTIN is not specified. Do you want to select the dealer as unregistered? Yes. If I select it as yes, I will put it to unregistered, right? That's simple change. And then I will proceed to save. Either I put it to unregistered and go to save, or I put GSTIN number with the registered thing. So we are back on the sales voucher as you can see. Oh, yes, we have selected GST 12% and not item wise. See, this was the list and we have selected GST 12%. So SK, there was no GSTIN number, so it means we have proceeded with the unregistered dealer. Now, narration, if I want to put any, then I'm here. And I want to create the stock item. See, it's also asking you are entering a local transaction for a party in which state code is not specified. Do you want to continue? Local transaction means I am having a local GST. I'm dealing within the state. It's intrastate, and state code is not mentioned. Do you want to proceed? I said yes. Now we are here, right? And I have no stock item to fill here. So again, another shortcut key is pressing F3. Or what was the other option? The other option was going to administration before entering the sales voucher, then masters. I'm just repeating so that it's just stuck in your head. You are just thorough with it. Accounts and add. This is for the sundry debtor, but for stock items, yeah, for stock items, we will go to item and not account, right? So my administration, masters, item, I can create this and then I can enter to sales voucher. So accounts, not accounts. This is for sundry debtor and for stock item, I will go to items. Administration, masters, and then items to create new stock item. Or I'm thorough with busy accounting software. I can simply go to this and press F3. That's a better way. Name scrap item. So I'm choosing it as scrap item. Print name scrap item. Group I have selected it as general group. Enter new stock item details. Unit I want to measure in opening stock quantity any. And obviously HSN code required. Sale. This we can avoid for simplicity, right? Specify sales according, not required. Specify purchase according, not required. Just to make our account simple, but obviously we have discussed each and everything while creating stock item, right? So you can just visit that class again on YouTube and you can just get thorough with it. We are keeping everything as it is. We are not touching any details. Purchase discounts, specify sales discount structure, no. Set critical level. If you want to, say yes, otherwise no. Skipping GST reports, no. Don't maintain stock balance, no. Specify default vendor, no. So I'm just saving it. Stock of the item, scrap item is going negative. Would you like to continue? So when values are not filled in this, and we are talking about, we are proceeding with the entry, it kinds of ask for such errors. So this is I'm just showing you just to make you all aware of what errors we can see. So if I have not filled any value here, it will ask for this error. So let's fill this value. Quantity is 70, units is kgs, price is 100. So this value needs to be fulfilled, otherwise this error will show. We have filled only quantity and we have not filled the price. So amount is 7,000. And then, as you can see, CGST as GST is calculated. Remember, it's a local tax. Local tax. So we have CGST and SGST both. 6 plus 6%, total 12%. Had it be IGST, we would have only one tax, that is IGST. Obviously of the same amount. Then in sundry, we select this third thing as TCS. As soon as I type TCS, this pops up and the value of TCS will be shown here. Let's see in the next slide. See, CGST is shown, ITC none, means whatever values have been calculated, 420, 420, they are shown in this bill sundry. I can avoid this also, but if I avoid showing these values, then only my total value will be the same because tax summary is shown here. So I want to see that on the 7,000, what is my CGST, what is my HGST, what is my tax collected at source? It is 0.75% as per the limit and it is 59 rupees. And after adding this 420, 420 and 59 rupees to 7,000, I have reached this value 7899. I can save this, and before saving, then I get this pop-up. TCS applicable, yes. Low rate applicable, no. TCS category code, so section is mentioned, 2063. Subcategory code, this we can mention. This has to be provided by us. Then reference number, and as soon as we enter reference number, we have this reference number, we have this amount, TCS column, invoice date. We are making a sales voucher on 20th April, so invoice date is 20th April only. TCS percentage, 0.75 percentage, amount 59, surcharge percentage any, no. Surcharge amount any, no. Total tax 59 only. Rounded off figure is here. Then as soon as we press again enter, we are popped up with bill by bill adjustment of amount. Account is of sundry debtor SK 7899. New reference number is here. Amount, it is a debit amount. Due date 20th April. Okay. Now, again, it asks for, do you want to print this sales invoice, and the pre-selected method I'm saying the pre-selected format is standard, and I can obviously change as I proceed further. I say yes, and you can see there is a list of options in which I want to print. I can print according to the standard. I can print A5 half page. I can print as A5 VAT half page, slip 3 inch, slip 4 inch, slip 4 inch, depending upon the GST again. Printer name and printing style. And this is the waiting screen, invoices under print. And see how beautifully it tells page number 1, line number 10. It's being printed. So this is how it appears. It was not able to, the invoice was not accommodating in one screen. So I've just simply cropped it and divided it into two screens. This is a tax invoice. This is our GSTN number. So we are definitely the registered dealer. DKP India. This is our address and contact details, invoice number, date of invoice, place of supply. So reverse charge any, no. Billed to, shipped to. It can be different, but mostly it's same. Description of items, scrap item, HSN code, yes. Quantity, units, price, 7,000. Remember, you can also validate HSN code. There is a validating option. Now here, it's beautifully shown tax collected at source detail. So CGST, SGST, and TCS. In most of our bills, when we buy items, right, big cars and everything, and amount items beyond these 10 lakhs and so on, we have TCS, and we have never ever observed these bills. But now, when we are learning this, I hope on every next bill you will see that invoice nicely, and how the software has made us print this TCS details nicely. And there is a separate tax summary. This tax summary is not TCS summary. This is the GST summary only. And here we have GST and TCS summary both. It is in number names also. Now, we have deducted the TCS, right? We have, sorry, we have deducted the TCS, means we have made the entry while making a sales voucher, right? रेंट का जब हम टीडीएस डिडक्ट कर रहे थे वो जर्नल में हुआ था, if you remember, and TCS is on sale, so we have done our sales voucher. Now where we will proceed, it's very obvious, transactions, and we will proceed to payment because we need to pay our TCS. So anything which is going out of the bank or our cash is being loosen up. So we will go to the payments voucher. Add payment voucher, voucher series main, date 1st May. Select the currency as rupees. Now we are here on the entry debit. We as soon as we type TCS, this whole opens up. Remember one thing, TCS applicability as soon as we've done TCS reporting as yes. This tax collected at source, this account is automatically created and highlighted in our busy accounting software. So I have not created this account. This is automatically created as soon as I say TCS reporting as yes in features and options, right? So this tax collected at source and it is under duties and taxes group. So group is also mentioned. While we are selecting, not here, debit TCS, credit SBI Bank. So TCS reference is open. TCS category code, subcategory code, reference number, amount credited is 7840. Credit on 20th April. That is, we have received this TCS amount. Now we have to pay this. Interest, if any, penalty, if any. Payment for the quarter. First, we have selected date of tax deposited 1st May. So, see, sales was made in April, 20th April, and tax is being deposited in May. Challan number, check number, dated, bank where tax deposited, alias of the bank account would be shown as BSR code in TCS reports. Fine. Okay. Right. So as soon as we press OK, I think there is no screen. The main screen is not there after this. This screen closes and we have this TCS SBI, TCS account debited to SBI account with 59 rupees. Right? So amounts will be here in the amount column 59 rupees. Now, we want to see TCS reports. Display TCS reports. We have option form 27EQ. It was 26Q for TDS. Right? Form 27EQ and extra. TCS collection details. So I can see any of it and I'm not seeing all of it. I'm just selecting TCS collection details. My next page is here. TCS category 206C, subcategory code 6CE, reference number, party name, that is our sundry debtor. Payment amount, he paid us 7840 inclusive of TCS and GST. Payment was done on 20th April. TCS percentage, I think we should have just stretched this column more. So it was 0.75%. Amount 59. There is no surcharge amount on this, right? So this is the TCS details report, and you can just refresh if you feel some of the TCS details are missing. Email, if you want to print, there will be print preview first, and then you can print. Export, search anything from the list, and summary F5 if you want to see the only summary parts. The main columns, that is the TCS column, will be visible, and the TCS category with party name will be visible, right? Filter F7 custom columns. You can customize the columns, means if you want to just delete unwanted columns or columns with no values, right? I think that's all for today. So we have learned TDS, TCS in our class, how to activate the TDS, how to activate TCS, how to deduct it on our entries, right? If you have any doubts, you may proceed, please. And in next class, we will be learning the payroll entries and few of the TDS, TCS entries also when we are crossing the threshold limit, whether we want to see the warning sign or not, a little level higher. These were the like most basic entries of TDS, TCS done in busy accounting software. So if we have any doubts, you are most welcome to put it in the chat box. Okay, that's all for today.